It's Nick, aka Phaserbrain again, and I'm here to continue from my previous video where I talked about how I was spending my Cantina energy. Now I'm going to focus on how I spend my regular energy, which is of course on characters and on gear. So let's get started. Now as far as characters, basically, beyond once I have my arena team good, and I'm keeping this arena team for a while. Okay, I've got my Commander Luke team. I'm 3 metas behind. I'm good with that. I've got R2, I've got Obi-Wan, I've got Wampa, and I've got Han Solo there. I could always mix things up by moving in Nihilus or moving in probably General Kenobi. I might swap out, R2, Obi-Wan, Wampa. I could swap. I'm definitely though keeping Commander Luke and Han Solo in there. And so far, they've got me as high as 6. I think I'm like 20 something right now, which is pretty good. But basically, I'm farming characters for events or I'm farming pilots. So I just said early in the video, I got Kylo Ren's command shuttle up to 7-star. So I want to get First Order Stormtroopers gear up. I want to get Kylo Ren's gear up. And because they're going to help Kylo Ren's command shuttle, which I'm going to wait though until the ship rework just to see. I'm betting because they're from the new movie and there's 3 tunes in that ship, that ship's going to come out a little bit better in the rework. That's my guess. But I'm not putting any currency into the First Order. I just pinned them for now until I see that. So I was definitely getting Kylo Ren's command shuttle up to 7-star. Oh my god, that was a slog. That took months every day, just spending like 100 currency just to get 5 pulls. And sometimes I get none, sometimes I get 2 or 3 or 4. But I finally just did it like earlier today. But I'm gonna hold off on the characters for now. But Shore Trooper is just so useful in the game. And of course I want TIE Reaper 1.2. So eventually, once I get Shore Trooper, once I get Death Trooper and TIE Reaper, so once I get Jedi Training Rey, I'm going to focus on getting Death Trooper with my Cantina shards, and then the 2 of them together, I'll be able to get TIE Reaper. So those are going to be a focus of mine. That's going to take a lot of crystals, though. I'm also, still going to wait to see. Again, there's a ship rework, so don't go too crazy with your pilots or your ships right now. See what happens after the ship rework, and I wouldn't even respond to like immediate responses, because sometimes people will be like, oh my god, the ship sucks now. But maybe they just don't know how to use it. They may say, oh my god, the ship is great now, but maybe there's a way around that. Give it, like a month or 2 or month or so after the ship rework to really see, the ultimate proof is in the pudding of who's doing well in the fleet arena. And there's going to be a lot of mixing for a while. They said a lot of variety is you're going to see a lot more variety. It's not all going to be chimeras and imperial ships there, which is cool. I was using Akbar up until this week. I finally switched to Thrawn. I moved to the dark side, literally and figuratively here. But after the ship rework, I'd love to go back to Akbar or maybe try one of the other fleet commanders. Although Chimera and Home One are the only ones that I actually have at 7-star right now. I'm still working on getting the other 2, Mace Windu's ship and Grand Moff Tarkin's ship up to 7 stars, but I'm doing those events, so I'll get there pretty soon. Who knows? So I'm working on Shore Trooper, so I'm holding off again on Shore Trooper because I can't even farm Death Trooper yet, and I don't have the crystals for TIE Reaper. Everything's focused on Jedi Training Rey right now. So that's also pinned but on hold. But when I do get a piece of gear that I can put on Shore Trooper, I am doing that in much of the time, because Shore Trooper is valuable outside of the ships. So he's just a great character to have to heal your team, to avoid crits, for the taunts. I use him in the Sith raid, and I use him in other PvE and PvP contexts, territory battles, territory wars, especially. So that's why he's here. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder and Biston are here because I have that ship up to 7-star. Biston's Ewing up to 7-star, but their gear is not that great. Occasionally I do use Scarif Rebel Pathfinder as well. He's on my 2nd string Rebel team. So obviously I've got CLS, R2, Raid Han. I'll throw Obi-Wan and Leia. They pack quite a punch. Sometimes Biggs. But otherwise I'll do a Wigs team as my 2nd string. With Akbar And then, you know, I throw Scarif Rebel Pathfinder there. I mean, I could. A lot of people use Stormtrooper Han, but I like Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. So I've got Scarif Rebel Pathfinder here for Toon as well. Biston, I like the turn meter gain, but it hasn't really worked out for me that well. Stormtrooper Han is still a better turn meter rebel in my opinion than Biston, but he's okay as a Toon. I think at higher gears, he could be pretty interesting, and he is fun to play. I do like playing him. But he's just not powerful enough yet. So I'm not really. You can see I've got a lot of gear. I could put him right now, but I'm not. But he's still pinned here mainly for the pilot, mainly for his U-wing, which I think is you know, because it's kind of been underrepresented, and I feel like what the devs are doing right now is they're trying to get some of those underrepresented ships viable in the fleet arena. I think that's what the rework is going to be about, just based on some of their comments. So I'm hoping, because Biston's U-wing is not really used that much, that it's going to come out even better. And you know, I bet on dark horses sometimes. So I saw a lot of people going for Cassian's U-wing, and I'm like, no, I'm going for Biston's U-wing because I like the turn meter gain. I like the speed bonus. I definitely like the fact that you can put target lock on enemies and it can't be avoided. I was like, yeah, you got to do that. Anything with turn meter, when it comes with either characters or ships, or anything that's to do with target lock with ships, or you know, and other things, taunt, stealth, retribution. There's some key things there that are just super helpful for taking control of a battle and hitting really hard. And you know, obviously, putting that target lock on is important. So that's why I went with Biston. So Biston, Scarif Rebel Pathfinder here for that reason. 5's here. I just got 5 ship up to 7-star. He's now in heavy rotation with me. But I have 2 characters pinned here, and this is what I'm getting. Long story short, this is what I'm farming right now. See, I can't get Mother Talzin shards through the Mother Talzin events because I don't have enough Night Sisters at 5 stars. So I need to get Night Sister Zombie up to 7 stars. She's just useful anyway, although I don't really need her at 5 stars. But I need her at 5 stars so that I will have Asajj, Old Daka, Talia, and Night Sister Zombie. And you can see I've got Night Sister Acolyte getting up there too, because I need to get those damn Mother Talzin shards. Now, I thought about using my Galactic War currency on Night Sister as a Galactic War currency on Night Sister Initiate, but I just don't use her, and I don't want to get someone all the way up to 7 stars just for that event when I already have 2 other tunes that I like to actually use in Night Sister Acolyte and Night Sister Zombie. You know, I will use them with Mother Talzin and Old Daka and Asajj Ventress. So I'm not going to use Night Sister Initiate. So that's why when I come here and I look at my Galactic War store and I see Night Sister Initiate and I see I've got almost 60,000 left, I'm like, nah, I still don't want her, you know? And if I really do need her at some point, you know, if they rework her, which I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. She's not a named character, so she's probably not getting a rework. So I'm not touching her. Who I am investing in right now is Bodhi Rook. Why Bodhi Rook? Because I don't have a full Rogue One team, and Rogue One teams are needed in territory wars, so I'm doing that for my my guild. So that's why I'm investing in Bodhi Rook, and even though I wasn't going for Cassian, I'm going for Cassian now for the same reason. But I'm only doing that because I have spare currency now, especially Galactic War currency. So basically, that's what I'm farming, why I'm farming Night Sister Zombie. So I've already done my farming of Night Sister Zombie. You can only do, you know, the pulls unless I use crystal. I'm not going to use crystal refreshes. The Night Sister, you know, the Mother Talzin event, it comes around often enough that I'm not going to like dump crystals into this. Again, I'm saving crystals for Jedi Training Rey, because Jedi Training Rey is more of a meta character than Mother Talzin is. And also, you know, just that event does not come around as often as the Mother Talzin one seems to. So that's why I'm not spending any crystal refreshes. I'm just, you know, I'm just doing that. I love the animation on this character. She's like, yeah, it's on me. But that's why I'm not spending crystals on her, but I am farming her every day. The other one I'm farming is General Veers. You know, General Veers is hard to get as a free-to-play player. because you can see all his nodes cost a lot. They're all hard nodes, but I'm doing it, and this is why I start with 6D, okay? Because in addition to getting General Veers, you get Carbantes, and Carbantes, these Mark III Carbante sensor arrays are so rare. I mean, actually, they're not that rare. You can get them pretty often. I've gotten thousands of Carbantes already, but they're needed by everybody. Look, all these pilots need them, and there's other characters that need them as well. Thrawn just needed a bunch. Phoenix needed a bunch. It's like, it's crazy how many, everybody needs freaking Carbantes. So you have to get so many tunes over that Carbante hump to get them to gear 11. So I'm farming these. Also here, you know, these Mark V, whatever those are, Chuab, Hypo, Syringe prototype salvages. But, you know, the syringes, these Mark V syringes here, you can see I only have 9 of them, so they get used pretty often. And, yeah, I definitely want, because I am working on bounty hunters very slowly, working on getting my Dengar up. Greedo, you know, you can see he can really use the gear. And if I'm going to get General Veers up, then I obviously want to get Colonel Stark's gear up too. So I want to keep an eye on the rest of my Imperial Troopers. Imperial Troopers, especially, again, remember that I said I'm going to get Death Trooper. So once I get Death Trooper, that is going to make my Imperial Trooper squad a lot better. But they're all pretty low gear right now. So there's a piece of gear. If I can get General Veers and I can get gear that Colonel Stark needs at the same time, I'm gonna do it. So it's a twofer right there. And likewise, Imperial Trooper, actually with Shore Trooper, it's really a threefer, because he's good on Empire teams, he's good on Imperial Trooper teams, and he's good as a pilot with TIE Reaper. So that's why he's pinned. But again, just looking at my Imperial Troopers, you can see the gear here is pretty low, except for Shore Trooper. I mean, you know, they're pretty much all at gear, what, 7? Yeah. Gear 7 sucks. You can't do much. So my Imperial Troopers get wiped out pretty quickly. But once I get that Death Trooper up, actually I'll have, and once I get General Veers up, I'll have all the Imperial Troopers maxed out. And, you know, definitely looking forward to that. So that's why I'm farming General Veers right now, because he's pretty decent. And so let's spend some energy on him now. See if we can get some of those syringes. Maybe one? How about one? Or how about none? Because that's what happens. So I'll wait till the next refresh to do this. Oh, I gotta do a few here. Never mind. There we go. 2 for 3. That's how this shit works. So I'm over the hump here. I've got fewer than 50 shards needed to get General Veers. And, you know, he's been helpful in certain scenarios too. So that's what I'm farming and why I'm farming it right now. So I hope you enjoyed and found this video useful and informative. In the next video, I'm going to talk a bit more about some of the decisions that I'm weighing right now and how the rework of ships factors into them. So I hope you'll join me for that video, and I'll catch you then.